Hello everybody, welcome to 2026 live stream. We have Antoine in the chat. I wish you the best wishes for 2026. Sending you a lot of love and strength to you. Thank you so much. It's so nice to see you. I hope you had a great holiday. I hope that you're having a great start to the new year. Yeah, here we go. 2026. My goodness gracious. We're coming up to this. I was just thinking earlier. Oh, there it is. Okay, sorry. Some of my stuff wasn't buffering nicely. Okay. We're in the new year. I took a long break. I really enjoyed it. I actually took like an art break as well. Just kind of really relaxed. Did some other crafty things that I've been sitting on and kind of enjoying some just movies and relaxing. I unfortunately eventually caught the plague that everybody had right at the start of the break, unfortunately, but it wasn't too bad. I was able to kind of just relax and take some time to recover, and it forced me to sit still a little bit more than I probably would have otherwise, so it's all good. I'm so happy to be back with you guys, though. I'll be back in the art business here and getting back to some more tarot cards. So I was looking at a bit of my schedule today, shuffled a few things around because when I realized that I was like not going to do any art over the holidays or do like hard aggressive art over the holidays, I reshuffled the schedule a little bit, but we're going to be still fine. We're going to be on track. It's got less wiggle room now, but that's okay. We're on the home stretch. These cards are going to be getting launched this year. So I'm very excited. So I almost finished the card that we were working on last time. So our man here, who is like our newspaper, like our reporter for the stories and for everything. And so he's almost done. I was feeling like I was kind of like trying to mash it in right before the holidays and try and get him done, and I felt a little rushed about it. So I think I want to sit with this a little bit more and make sure that he's ready to go, because does not feel quite finished yet. So that's kind of why I took a break and didn't post this past weekend, just to give myself a little bit more time to make sure that everything's just right. I don't want to be rushing these cards when the schedule is so tight. RB's in the chat. Hello there, lovely Connect lady. Hello, how are we? Happy New Year. I hope we all had a good break. I hope people took some time off. I hope everybody was able to relax a little bit. I know I did. Today was my first day back at work. I had to remember what I do. It was all good. Okay, so our next card here is the Knight of Coins. And just looking at it here, I think I have a little bit of shuffling that needs to happen. So let's do this first, because some of it just doesn't feel in the right proportion and perspective. I used some different references and stuff for these, but they weren't quite looking. When I just popped this open, I haven't looked at this in a little while, so it was kind of looking a little so there's that little tiny bit feels a little bit better for layering and sizing, because our lady in the front center here kind of was almost the same size as the other lady and didn't quite fit. So yeah, so we're gonna work on this guy. This sketch I did before the holidays, and I haven't come back to it. I was glad to see he's here. I thought I was kind of starting from scratch, and I forgot that this sketch was here. I was looking at the schedule for the rest of the tarot cards today, and I was like, oh, it doesn't look like there's many left, because I have them kind of grouped by suits, but there's still quite a few left. This is card, I think we're almost at 50. Let me see. What's everybody working on tonight? What's the exciting plan for the next exciting plan for your art stuff in 2026? While I find my tarot board here. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Sheesh. Yeah, so this is card 47. So we're making progress. Wish you the same, Erin, as the best wishes for 2026. RB. Love it. Everybody spreading the love in the chat. Love it. RB's not working on anything, but working on a coloring. Nothing tonight, but working on your coloring book. Yes, I forgot that you were doing this. Okay, let me get this sorted out so I can start drawing instead of just talking while nothing's happening. So let's get this started here. Round brush. Gotta be down to a 3. Amazing. Okay, so tell us more about your coloring book, RB. What do we have going on? Because I am stoked for coloring books. I was going to color a lot over the break. That was my big plan. And then I opted for different arts and crafts. But I am going to get some coloring out because it's so therapeutic. I did quite a bit leading up to the holidays. Like there were a lot of like coloring events kind of happening at work and stuff, oddly enough. And I was like, I miss it. I make a lot of coloring things, like coloring products, but I haven't done a lot of coloring, which is nice. Okay, RB says it's about animals, somewhat funny, and it's going to be a mix of animals. Last one I think I posted was the parrot. Amazing. Okay, so these are going to be on the Discord. So I will be, one of my goals this year is to be more better at Discord. 5 of them afterwards. Holy cow, good job. Okay. Amazing. So we're going to check this out. We're going to keep an eye out for RB's coloring book. It'll be so good. Oh my goodness. Odari's in the chat. Welcome to the stream. Happy New Year. Welcome. So nice to see you here. Yay. Everybody's here. I like it. How was your break? What are you up to? RB was just telling us about his coloring book. And we're all very excited about it. Also excited, I know Dan's been working on kind of drawing every day. And I had a plan. I was like, I wanted to do like traditional work. I was like going to be doing it every day. And relaxing over the holidays, realized that's kind of unreasonable considering the amount of tarot content I have to do on top of other market things. But I do want to introduce more traditional into the year because I do miss my markers and things like that. So we might have a few streams that are traditional. So give me a few weeks to get myself sorted and eased back into the real world here. Because Vacation Erin was serious business. So we're just going to try and relax and ease into it, but I'm going to try and get some more traditional happening. I don't know what form it'll take. It won't be like every day. Maybe I'll do like every day for a month or a bit of a train like Jane did. We'll see. We'll see. More traditional anyway. We have Alessandra. Hello. Happy New Year. What did I do for Christmas? I relaxed. It was nice. I was off for 2 weeks. I saw some family. I saw some friends. I got snowed in. I got iced in. And just kind of saw some friends and relaxed and chilled out. It was really great. Just kind of doing some of my own thing. How about you? Fill us in. What was your holiday like? Did everybody get healthy? I got sick right before the holiday, which kind of sucks. But it just forced me to relax. So it didn't ruin my holiday, thank goodness. It was frustrating, but I didn't ruin it. And Odari's been a plant parent. I've seen some of this on Instagram. I'm trying to hold back. One of my favorite garden centers here has like a big houseplant sale on right now. And I'm trying to talk myself out of going to buy all the plants. Because my house already has lots of plants. Oh my goodness. Alessandra did a rebellious teenager kiss under the mistletoe. Outrageous. RB did a gig for Christmas and New Year and it was good. Awesome. That's cool. That's awesome. See? So fun. Everybody's kind of doing their own thing and I love it. So much fun. Oops. All right. Is Is anybody up for New Year's resolutions? Anybody doing anything crazy? I kind of decided I'm just going to run the momentum of last year and keep going with what I had. Keep working like I did and learn from what I did and all that kind of stuff. I felt like I had a pretty good groove, so I don't feel the need to change too much. Maybe a few routines at home. A little bit of balance because there's a lot of studio business on top of a lot of work. And so finding a balance there. And like I said, traditional work. Traditional work is a big deal. Oh, you were asking me? Oh, no, that was not me. I was sick with plague. And I caught it because I work in an office with people who have children. Darius, saving money is a New Year's resolution. That's good. That's it. That's a good thing to do. That's a good thing to do. There's just, sometimes keeping it simple is like a really big thing. I think a lot of people put a lot of weight on New Year's resolutions and like get really stressy about it. And then they don't keep them because it's like stressy. And I find like my New Year kind of reset this year was more like in September. Like I find like that back to school kind of scenario. That's kind of a big reset. Like I got a new journal and I kind of restarted a lot of those kinds of things. But so I'm feeling a little less pressure to start the new year with a crazy amount of resolutions, I mean. Saving money and travel more this year. Cool. Oh my goodness. Dan's on the Facebook chat. Welcome to the stream, sir. He said that drawing is awesome. Thank you so much. Working on some more tarot. It's going to be a strong push to the end. I know we can do it. If the schedule stays as it is, I should be done all the cards in July. And then then it will be the mad dash to get all of the supporting everything done, printing done, etc. And then they'll be ready to be launched in November. If all the stars align. I was feeling like really confident in how everything went in the studio last year. And I felt like it went really well. And I got a lot done. I felt confident. And that's still true. I did like a tarot pull for the new year for myself. And they were like, what could hold you back from some of your goals and things? And it was like, you have a sense of wholeness and relaxation. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to get very complacent and be like, I feel good about things. Like, no, keep going. Ride the momentum. Keep going. Don't get too chill about this now. Don't go crazy. Have some fun. But like, don't let the cards blow past you. I don't want to be doing the last card in like October. That would stress me just straight out. I have other work I want to do too. Alessandra says, Dan, join us on Twitch. Oh my goodness. Yeah, so lots of fun studio plans. Mainly these guys, of course. I've got a few freelance projects in the works. I didn't quite make it through 2020, like to the end of 2025, so we're gonna keep working on those guys. Get some traditional work done. Get some coloring done. Maybe some more collaboration this year. I definitely want to make sure I get like pen to paper like I want to say every day, but some days I just don't feel like it. But I also agree with what Dan's doing. Like drawing every day. I think that's a really cool thing, a cool project. Alessandra says, oh yeah, collaboration stream, cough, 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 remember New Year, for sure. So I have a note. I promised Mafu the first one of the year. We've been talking for quite some time about it. We were going to do it last year. And then Mafu came through and was like, okay, can we do it in the new year? So I'll probably be doing the stream with Mafu in February. And then I'll be reaching out to you, Alessandra, because you are the person who asked next. Oh my goodness, Dan's over on Twitch. What's up? We're just talking about how fun your stream is lately, about like drawing every day and how I really like it. And I think it's very inspirational. Welcome to the stream. Happy New Year. I hope you had a great holiday. I need to get back in the game. I've been so busy with work. You know, that happens. And especially if your goal is to save money. It's really hard to, you know, not focus on work. I get it. I get it. Well, we can help you with that. Let us collaborate with you. Dan says, thank you. I got to get my life together so I'm back at a streaming schedule. I love it. Yeah, sometimes you like getting to that schedule and that routine is just the key thing. I was just saying that like I felt really good with how the studio stuff went last year and how I was like, I feel comfortable, I feel really good, and like, but you can't slow down yet. You got to keep going. So schedules and stuff like that. Schedules and stuff, you know, that helps me stay on track too. That I can do for sure. Yeah. We can help you get back on track, Ojari. We got this. We won't forget you. We'll be there when you're ready to stream again. Oops. Do you want down? You say hi? Moto says hi. Boop. In the meantime, we're super stoked to have you here. Mojo. He was a little miffed when I went to work today. Like, wait. This wasn't our life? All day, every day? Lazy bones? No. Sadly, I must also save money. And I can't do that if I don't make any. Okay, this is gonna get a little bit muddy. So the card here is part of the Knight of Coins, but that's also our circus suit. So this is things like, I'm completely blanking on everything circusy. This is falling in with the tents. Sorry, my brain has completely. So our food vendors are falling into the circus. So this is kind of falling in with the like the outside performers. So our contortionist, our snake charmers, our ticket booth, the dancers, things like that. So everything that's kind of outside of a tent. That's where these are falling. So these are kind of parts of the other experience within the circus, but not like a specific tent. And these are a big deal. So we have one of our characters is a huge patron of the foods, and they're all like weird foods. So like, not weird foods, like they'll be like chocolate covered mice, not mice, like they're like shaped like chocolate. They're not actual mice. They shape like mice. And then there's like different kinds of like popcorn with all kinds of different caramels and things like that in them, and then candy apples and stuff like that. So I'm trying to like play them up quite a bit. Alessandra has 2 markets to do already. Holy cow. Yeah, I have some time blocked out later this month to kind of go over what 2025 was like, and what went well and what didn't go well, and what sold well and what didn't sell well, and all that kind of fun stuff. And then I'm going to start planning But I suspect I probably won't be doing any more markets until like fall or winter, because they seem to do a lot better for me. But we'll see what happens. We'll see what comes about. Yep. Looking to do all kinds of fun things. One sec. Excuse you. No, thank you. Nope. We're not going to be like that. Oop. Sorry. Small interruption. Garbage raider. One of them is new. I haven't done in February, so I'm curious about how it goes. Cool. Is it like before Valentine's or close to Valentine's Day? Because you could have, like, some of your drawings would be really good for Valentine's Day designs. Holy cow. Oops. So yeah. So I'm trying to kind of figure out what kind of traditional work I want to start with, get back into. I have a sketchbook out that I want to kind of have just out on my coffee table so that like I can just sketch in it a little bit, like when I get home from work, before I do dinner, or things like that. I also was doing some collage stuff a little while back that I was really enjoying. Just kind of like messing around with different media and stuff. So maybe I'll get back to some of that. Gotta get my hands dirty a little bit. As much as I do like the digital, super fun. Gotta get my hands dirty. Save. So this is definitely more vector brushes in Fresco for anybody who might be like lurking in the background. We're in Fresco on the iPad. And we're working on the tarot cards. And right now just working through my sketch of all the food vendors that are going to be at our circus. And working on just the main liner first. Lots of liner goes into, I like to focus and make sure a lot of the liner is ready to go before I start putting color in. And now that I'm looking at this, I don't know what's going to be my stained glass in these guys. Maybe the people, like their skirts and stuff, and the tent in the background maybe. I'm putting more and more detail in each of these cards, and that's kind of like one of the last things I think of. I'm like, oh yeah, where's one of the main style features going to go? We'll figure it out. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Just making sure everything's working. Holy cow, it's 7:25 already. How did that happen? Yikes. Mm-hmm. Oh dear, that's not even close to how I want to draw that. There we go. Thank goodness for that snap tool. Completely saving that line. It's good to take time off every now and again, but I did know I was going to be slightly rusty given how much I was drawing right before the break and then kind of cold turkeyed it for a bit. When we would be in school, without fail, almost everybody, like, because you're doing like art 24/7 all the time, and so a lot of us would go home in the summer, excuse me, and would go to whatever job they had. Like, I wasn't even doing an art job. I was in garden centers and chocolate stores and things like that. So you go back home and you're a student, you see your friends and all that kind of stuff. So I was not drawing as much as I had been at school. But then you get back, and that first month, it's just like, how did they admit me to this school? How do they permit me to come here? There's no way. Because I was like, wow, I forgot how to draw entirely. What a mess. I'm just going to move this over a little bit because I like how this lady's laid out. The one like on the right of this group, and I don't want to overlap her too much. There we go. Now it's going to have me crop a lot of the stuff, like, because with the pixel tools, like the pixel brushes and things, it's not going to maintain outside of the artboard. So this is just telling me that anything like on that left side that's off the artboard, it's going to get erased. In this case, it was just some of the extra on that tent, not a big deal for me, but something just to keep in mind because it's not recoverable. Like, if you see, look here, when I zoom in, you can see like the vector lines, they kind of go over. They're a little bit extra outside, but the pixel lines won't. Like, you've seen me do like the shading and all that kind of stuff. When I'm using the pixel brushes, it goes right up to the edge and that's it. You won't see any more on that. So that's just what that's doing. So if you get that notification when you're moving your sketches and stuff around, just know that like you're not gonna be able to recover it. Like, if you pull it back to the right, it's gonna be gone. So just if I'm moving things around a lot, sometimes I'll copy my layers and make sure that I can recover something, especially if it's like a full something. Like, this is a lot of part things where, like, if I miss some of it, it's okay. I can probably recover. If I want to move what we're drawing to the left a bit, I can probably recover some of those lines. But if it's like, say, a full flower or a butterfly or something like that, and you crop some of it off, it might be harder to recover. So I just use a lot of like duplicated layers if I want to. Alessandra says it's like a zine fest. I'm going to have Valentine's decoration on your table. Awesome. And it's a mental health theme. Excellent. You made the anxiety monsters. Yes. And people will pick the one that suits them best. If it's not there, I could draw one for them. That's cool. Like live drawing at the show. Oof. I would love to do that. But I'm not really speedy enough. I don't think. That's awesome. It'd be cool if you had some kind of like semi-started ones. For me anyway, I'd have like some semi-started ones and then be like customize it to the other person though. That's pretty cool. That's very cool. Pew, pew, pew. Wow, this is really sketchy in a few ways. Holy cow. She's far away, so we can do these kind of weird, funky lines. Excuse me, and it won't matter too much. It'll look cool. Sure, why not? Sketchy situation. We're so silly. We're so silly. Ugh. Now this, because it's all one line, if I do the trim, it's not gonna work. So that's why I sighed at myself there, because now I have to carefully erase and not mess up the thing. Oh, that one actually went really well. Huh. Making sure I'm not missing any chats. So for anybody who's looking to kind of draw more or kind of explore more apps and things like that for the new year, definitely check out a lot of the live streams. Like a lot of the people that are in the Twitch chat right now actually stream or are creating magic art out in the world. So follow along and see what they're up to. Dan's doing a really cool thing right now with his live streams, kind of like drawing every day, like doing a sketch every day. And I believe he's featuring different apps throughout that, like different digital apps and different things. This one in particular, I was mentioning earlier, is Adobe Fresco. We're on the iPad, and it is actually a free app. There are a few features that are missing off of the free one. Mine is a premium one. So there's a few features that might be missing off of that, but quite a few of all, like what's featured and what I am doing should be available on the free version of the app. So if you have an iPad, it does work on other tablets as well. From what I've been seeing on other streams, it works best to like on the iPad. Like I find it doesn't crash as often, but that depends on like the size of the work that you're doing and everything else. So definitely try it out for yourself. But there's lots of, ooh, that's a super weird shoulder. Ooh, I don't think I like any of that. I don't like any of that. Back, 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 back. What's happening? Okay, it was like, there's no way I ran out of undos. But I know Dan's featuring quite a few different apps. That's arthritis shoulder. I've definitely skewed this one a little bit. Okay, I'm going to go back into our page. I'm going to... Oh, I know what I did. That's why. Blah, 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 blah. Recent brushes. Pencil brush. Let's sketch some of this out here. Yeah, her shoulder definitely got dislocated a little bit. There's some things like I'll draw really quick and then kind of forget or to define a little bit, because I think I wanted her to have like a poofy sleeve. Poof sleeves here. An Anna Grieve Gables fan with puff sleeves. A big deal. She wants a dress that has the big puffy sleeves. So yeah, I just didn't go back in and redefine some of this. Now, I think like if I was going to draw, if I was on the vector one, yeah, so if you're on that vector layer, you can't mix the pixels and the vector brushes together on one layer. So if you'll see, I have the top one highlighted over on the right. It's just a slight blue line, but I have the pencil brush selected. When I start drawing, it jumps down to the next pixel layer. Now, I don't know if it's the next pixel layer down or if it's like the last one I used. I haven't played around with that much. Well, let's do it. Bloop, bloop, bloop. Oh, it goes to the last pixel brush I was on. Sorry, the last pixel layer I was on, which is actually pretty cool because, like, for me, I'm going back and forth probably between similar ones and between like two specific layers, because like this is a sketch layer for the other one. Whew. Arby says, if I draw pixel, I usually go to Photoshop. Anything else would be Illustrator. Yeah, that makes sense. Like if you're like right now in Fresco, we're able to use both. And right now that works really well for like the pace at which I want to do the tarot cards and everything like that. But yes, if I'm working on a logo right now, I'm in Illustrator for those for sure, because that's the best for vectors. Photoshop gives you a lot more wiggle room for sure, with details and stuff as far as pixel things go. So definitely try all your apps and see what they work for you. So that's Fresco on Windows sucks. So Arby said it, not me. I know there's desktop versions of Fresco. I have not used any of them. I think like it requires like a pretty powerful computer, from what I understand. But I know like the Windows tablets and stuff, they do struggle a little bit. I've seen like sometimes Daniel use it and it'll be crashing. Arby says it's a problem of power. Okay. And then Alessandra says, I only use it on the iPad and it works great. Yes, I've had no problems with the a problem on Fresco. Arby says, yeah, I've had next to no problems with my iPad version of Fresco. I have had it crash maybe a couple times, but I've mentioned before, like I was pushing it really hard. Like I was like, it was like one of the Dragon files or something like that. Like it was a huge like poster size thing that I was doing, vectors and layers and interaction. Like I was pushing it. Okay, now this isn't feeling right still, so we're going to do some small surgery with just the lasso brush, and then I can just select some of this. Oops. And then we transform it, and it's just going to move my selection. And then I can make the arm. You know, everybody's entitled to their own app opinion, but from experience, I'm finding that the iPad seems to work better with others than others are finding on Windows. What the heck? I do, now it is only selecting what I have lassoed on the layer that I'm on. So it may look like I have other things selected, but it's all just this sketch layer. Dan says, RB, there's a new PC drawing app I tried called Stylus X. It's a Procreate clone. Interesting. Just wondering. Because it's like a high neck coat, so I'm kind of like, it's like she doesn't have a neck at all. It's kind of like, maybe a little smaller. At some point this is going to click and it looked like her head's attached to her body. That maybe? Oh no. I just need a more. RB says Affinity and Inkscape are fine apps too. Excellent. We're all finding the tidbits. No, I don't think so. Ah, no. Why does his head not look like it's attached to his body? Okay, maybe. Oops. Alexander seems to agree with those apps. Okay, I'm done fiddling with this now. Okay, we'll allow that for now. Sheesh. See how this comes together. So obviously leading into a lot of this year is going to be tarot focused because the launch is in November. But I also have lots of, yeah, sure. Lots of other art I'd like to do. A few things I have planned for the fall. Some content I'd like to have ready for the winter. Some supporting content for the tarot when the deck is ready. All kinds of fun things. So, and more coloring pages and more coloring bookmarks. There's no end to the madness around here. I'm just trying to kind of learn from last year and schedule things a little less chaotically because I don't like that at the end of the year it kind of got to the point where I was creating content as it was being posted, where like leading up to that I was working ahead. So I don't really like that kind of like immediate response. Like I was kind of creating a tarot card as I was posting it, and I want to be kind of working ahead. It's less stressy that way and gives me some more wiggle room for, you know, unpredictable things like basic adulting things that might come up, or a card that doesn't really come together the way you think it will. It gives you room to learn some things or take a break if you need it or whatever, you know. So plan is to get back on schedule. To get myself sorted out a little bit too, Dan. It's getting into holiday mode there for a little while and busy with markets and things, so the plan deviated for a moment. But now we're getting back on track. It's all good. Boop, boop. Okay, what I'm gonna do for future air insanity purposes, I'm gonna pull the baby up a little bit here. Just so they're overlapping a little bit. See, now I don't really like that at all. Nope, nope, nope. Man, I knew the sketch didn't feel quite right when we came in, but lots of little things that need a little to the left, a little to the right. And it's 4 figures, which is an even number. Which is probably fine. No, thank you. Okay, so is this little person in behind? Okay. And I wanted to adjust the location of the little tiny person here so that for future me, when we're doing the lines and the layering and stuff, if this figure's touching the figure we just finished drawing, then it keeps life simpler and doesn't confuse what is on which layer. Excuse you. Oops. Let's try that again. Oops. Oops. It overreacted. Oops, oops, oops. Okay. Sure. Boop, boop. Okie dokie. So let's turn this off. Okay, I still have to deal with that pile of popcorns, which we will do. But that's coming together all right. It's coming together all right. We can probably handle another spoke here. Now I know she doesn't have a hand. Should probably fix that. I don't want to freehand a hand right now. Do that later. Okay, so what I'm going to do a new layer here because I have kind of an idea. Now, what's the deal here? I'm not going to see inside them, I don't think. So it'll just be ever so slightly up. So I'm thinking what we can do. Boop. Okay, we're gonna do oh dear, just a little bit. Okay, so what I'm going to do, just kind of with the way the circus is, hang on. No, something's not right there. So we're going to try that again. I don't know if I want to be this dramatic about it. Nope. Come on. So what I'm thinking, ever so slightly like this, ever so slightly like this. Sure. Okay, and then we'll go oops. Okay. So now, as I want it to kind of all look very similar, so let's turn this off. I don't know, I'm not certain that perspective is right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate that layer, and then we're going to transform it, and we're going to have it go here. And be similar. and just kind of go with that kind of it being really repetitious, because it'd be almost like too perfect. It also saves me drawing a whole pile of popcorn pockets when I don't want to. And then duplicate this layer. Okay. And then what we'll do is we will set the eraser. We'll just erase what's in behind there. Because these are all in different layers, they're not going to, the trim tool's not going to work. I could merge them and make the tool work. But for right now, I'm just going to do this, because especially on this popcorn space, like that's going to get really muddy. Alexandra says, looks nice. Love the line work. Thank you so much. Have it be like perfect, but not too perfect. And have it like all the lines be nice and clean, but not too much. Then if we now that they're all kind of like that, then I can do a select multiple. We'll grab all those guys, we'll merge them, and they all come into one. And you can see it's still a vector line art. So if I want to take some of these lines out, this one I missed, it's still gonna all work together. It's not like some other programs where it'll mash down and become like a pixel, or it'll rasterize your graphic. It'll keep it a vector, which is super awesome. As long as like everything that you merged is a vector. Let's be specific on that one. Because if there was vector and pixels in the layers that I selected, then it would be a different thing. It would turn into a pixel layer. It wouldn't maintain your vectors if you mixed the two. Now, I can probably, if I'm happy with that, I'm going to merge these two. So select multiple, because it will do the exact same thing. And then this way, now I can clean up some of these lines a little better. I didn't want to get too ahead of myself. If the popcorns weren't where I wanted and I erased all these lines, then I'd be without those lines, which would be wildly inconvenient. Sweet. There we go. All right. So there's not as much progress as I thought we would make today, but we're making some, and that's the key. So we're gonna hit save. So yeah, I'm gonna keep working on this. Like I said, I'm easing into the new year, seeing what's going through the schedule of what I'd like to get done this year. As far as like what needs to get done as for the tarot cards, but then also what I'd like to see done. Like I said at the start of the stream, I want to get back to some more traditional work. So I'm kind of hoping to set up a couple little stations almost at my place so that I can get some markers or some watercolor or some whatever out now and again, so that I can have some traditional work on the go. Lots of different things, but there's going to be a lot of tarot still. To keep us on schedule. Yeah, so thank you everybody for tuning in today. If you are kind of lurking in the background and you're interested in starting some new art, please follow along. I do my stream every Monday at 7 p.m. Dan's on the stream as well, Vector Maestros or DTM. And everybody else here in the Twitch stream does some streaming as well. Alessandra's Helpful Doodles. So they do regular streams, both Dan and Alessandra lately, and some others are going to come back soon. But definitely check them out. I know Dan is doing kind of a drawing every day scenario, which is super fun. And Alessandra's getting ready for her market. So definitely check them out because it's always fun to see what everybody's doing and hang out with us for a little bit. Okay, so thanks for joining the New Year chat and the New Year stream. And I will definitely be back next Monday with some more for us all. I hope you all have a great rest of your week. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye, guys.